Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Barry. Thanks for tuning to Huang Bros, and today I'm going to be talking about widest tires you can probably put on a RCF. Not really wide. I'm seeing people do a lot wider than me, but I think I'm pretty wide for what I am. And the purpose of this video is I'm hoping I can make a video where I can help you guys who are deciding and looking for tire specs and offsets for your 20-inch and 19. Yeah, just a guideline video for you guys to help you guys out.
Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Albert. I am helping my brother showcase his RCF wheels, his 19-inch wheels, and here they are. As you can see, we got a bunch of RCF rims out here. We have the 19x9, which is the front, and we have the 19x10, which is the rear. Here's the rims standing up right there, and here's the rims laying down. So on the front, we have 275 by 35 profile rim 19, and then we have 295 30 19 in the rear. I have them standing up so you guys can see it. So we have the front right here, 275 35 19. We have 295 30 19. As you can see, there's no stretch right there, and these are all Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. Again, there's no stretch. So yeah, the 19s can fit pretty wide tires.
I decided to go from 19-inch stock wheels to 20-inch wheels, which is, you know, the majority of the owners, they like to do 19 to 19 or 19 to 20. So what I have here are 20-inch wheels from Titan 7. I got Titan 7s, TS5s, which are fully forged. I got 9.5 in front, so 20 by 9.5 plus 30. So this is plus 30 right here. That will get you plus 30. That's a plus 30. And let's look at the rear. So what I have here is, of course, another Titan 7. It's 11-inch rim in the back, and this is plus 39. Plus 39. Just gotta remember, when the offset is plus, the lower the number of the plus, the more out. All right, the more out it goes. So if this is plus 30, this is plus 30. If it's plus 25, it will be out here. If it was plus 50, it would go in that way. For tire fitment, all right, this is what you're looking at: 275 30 20 on 9.5. For the back, this is 305 30 20. 305 30 20. All right, I decided to put 305s in the back, again plus 39 in the back, so it's pushed out. And this one's 275. I just wanted something pretty aggressive. It's still within 3% change from 19s, like the diameter, but it's not as aggressive as people would think. But some people are running 315, 325. I don't know how they do it, but I think I'm running the most aggressive that I can for what I have. And only way to do this is you gotta have coilovers. You can't do it off of springs. If you have springs, 275 and 305 is gonna rub like a mother. That's the only way, because without height adjustment, you're gonna be rubbing the fender. So what I liked about 275 the most is that it protects the rim the most. Instead of 265, 275 protects it more. Let's see, which rim is it? It's not this one. Let's go back to the other one. So with 265, my rim actually got scratched. Let's see if I can find it. Bam, right here. Believe it or not, I hit the ground as I was going to the Button Willow racetrack, coming out of a gas station, because tires, to me, had a big stretch. This one has no stretch. This looks like meaty tire fitment, and it's, I don't know, I like it a lot. So that's the reason why I go 275, because of this. This happened. It's kind of sucked. And for 305s in the back, yeah, my tires are getting pretty old. It's about that time to replace, but this is 305 for you. 305 with a 39 offset. All right, so all right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna turn the wheel to the right and left, that way you guys can see what's happening and see if it's like rubbing and all that nonsense. I do get rubbing, I'll tell you that right now. I do get rubbing, but I don't care about the rubbing because it just doesn't bother me. It rubs when I fully turn, for sure, fully turn. Okay, so this right here is, again, 275, and that right there, it doesn't really touch. But does it touch there? Yes, it does. Back here, nothing. I actually took all my things apart when I was wrapping my car. I didn't put it back. I don't really care about it. So let's turn it out. Let's try to see the other side. So that's what it'll get you. Least stretch. But anyways, it's clear. But it's rubbing right there, as you can see. Pretty minor, in my opinion, pretty minor. Turn the wheel the other way. Right here, this is not under load obviously, but you know, I still got fingers I can go in. But I don't really turn like this all the way. Most of the time it's turned like that, right? It's not turned all the way like this. So I still have 2-finger gap. For me it's fine. For others it might not be fine, but for me it's fine. So you know, it just depends on how you drive and you know what you use it for. And when I do a quarter turn, you don't hear it. When you do a more than a half turn, you will hear the rub. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Maybe. I'm gonna try to do some more turns, see if you can hear this. You hear that? That right there is the tire rubbing the liner. If I do like a quarter turn or something like that, you won't really hear the rubbing. Oh, this is about... You guys hear that? Yep. Let's try this again. Okay, and left. I know you guys hear that noise. If I was to do a quarter turn, you don't hear anything. I usually drive with a quarter turn on the street, so that's why it doesn't really bother me. Most people care about the rubbing, but I don't. Honestly, I don't care about the rubbing. I just want something more wider to protect my rim. My rim is very messed up from the 265 up front for a 9.5 rim, and I fitted 275, you know, on my stock rim. So I was thinking, why not fit it on this Titan 7? I think one of the funniest things I've ever heard my friend Steven say is that, you know, you'll keep rubbing, but eventually you'll rub it all off and you don't hear it anymore. I think that's pretty funny. So far, it has not applied to me yet, but maybe eventually it'll get there. Some added benefits that I've noticed with upgrading to bigger tires, especially in the rear, is that I have more grip, mainly due to the fact that it's PS4S, right? PS4S. So that, it's definitely a better tire than the Pilot Super Sports, which are on the OEM 19-inch rims. I get less wheel spin. You know, when you're spinning, you're not winning, right? So less wheel spin, faster takeoff, you know, means more grip. When I track on these 305 tires and 265 in the front, when I did track on 265s, I definitely felt more grip. It definitely handled more, in my opinion. To me, it handled better. It definitely took the corners a lot better, and it was pretty much more grip. I mean, grip is what you want, but again, that's mainly due to the fact that it's PS4Ss. I can't deny that having a wider tire did not contribute to my success on the track. Wider tire is the way to go. In a sense, too wide is too much. A con of having a wider tire is you're adding more weight to the wheel, and you don't really, you know, more rotational mass is bad because you get less acceleration. I think the 305 is just right for our RCF because it just, you know, hitting the 300 number it's a good number. I think 275 is better than the 265 for me personally. One, like I said, due to protecting the wheel, the rim, to me it's a little bit more grippy. 265, I feel like I was not having as much grip on the track as I needed. When I had 19-inch wheels, the OEM stock ones, I had the 275 from the back brought up to the front. So I had 295 in the back for the OEMs, and let me tell you, I felt a lot more grip. The fact that I upgraded 20 millimeters wider for front and back, you will feel the difference, and it will be less slippage and more traction, and definitely performs handling wise. It definitely does it. Asking about handling, that is majority of it is due to the suspension, right? You know, handles the car suspension. A downside is with a wider tire in the back, you get more understeer, which means you're gonna go more out of the turn. And that's probably because the wider tire, the more overpowering it is to the front. Get upper control arms for the front, which will, for the RCF, which will help you get more camber, which helps you turn a little more to combat the understeer. Another way to combat the understeer is to have a squared setup. When I say squared setup, I'm talking about like the same width rim, all four corners. So I know some RCF owners have done a 19 by 10, believe plus 40 all around. Yeah, plus 40 all around. 19 by 10 plus 40 all around. Apex wheels. So by having a 19 by 10 back, 19 by 10 in front, or the back isn't overpowering the front. They're essentially squared setup. All four corners are the same. Most track people, they run a squared setup just for better balance. To be honest, I don't think there's any downsides to having a squared setup because, well, it's balanced, you know. There is a downside to having a staggered setup though. It's good for straights, but it's not good for turns, right? I track on 20s. These are Titan 7s, fully forged, and they're pretty much meant for track, which means it's lighter rim. A lighter rim, to me, is more beneficial than a smaller rim because there's less rotational mass. From the stock BBS to these Titan 7s, I've got more crisp turns, and handling is better because I can run a wider tire in front. With the stock wheels weighing about 28 pounds each, and these Titan 7s 20-inch weighing 21 in front and 21.9 in the back, you know, it's obvious that it's going to perform better. I've had no regrets trying any of these, trying the combinations that I have. I've tried multiple combinations, and I think the best one is a light rim with a wider tire. That you can't ever go wrong with. More grip and better for lighter weight. Yeah, so it doesn't bother me. I like it. I like my Fitment again. Again, I was one of the most aggressive Fitment. Do I feel better handling? I do, actually. I actually do feel better handling. And for stock wheels, you know, it's 19 by 9 in front and 19 by 10 in the rear. So, you know, for me, I put 275. Literally, I put the stock rear tire in the front, right? 275, 35, 19 in front. And I just got a 295. What you saw was a 295, 30, 19 in the back. But you can do a 295, 35, 19. But you could also do, I've seen somebody do this, 305, 35, 19. But you can't do 305, 30, 19. Can't do that. The profile won't allow it. But 305, 35, 19 can do it. And I think that's pretty awesome. But you would have to be very careful about your fender to rim or fender to tire. I don't think springs can handle something like that. But springs can handle 275, 35 in the front and 295, 30, 19 in the back, or 235, 295, 35, 19 in the back with Swift Spec R springs, which is what I had. If you have any troubles, just comment below. I'll assist you. Just remember, the center bore, it needs to be 60.1 millimeters. I know I helped somebody recently. He was getting some rims, but the center bore was looking like 73.1. It's kind of weird. I was like, oh, don't forget to get the center hub-centric rings. And then he got hub-centric rings, and it literally had a size from it to 60.1, and it helped them put the wheels on correctly without it shaking stuff. So it's for safety, you know. But other than that, I hope you guys learned something. If you guys have any questions, ask them below. I'll answer them, of course. So, all right, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Peace.